Let's just have a discussion.
Good day, guys. Today we are doing our podcast for HR concerning organizational behavior and how people fit in the job and workspace. So today you are joined with Howard, Jeremy, Lachey, and Elias, and we are going to have a wonderful educational discussion about this topic. Say hi, guys. Today we're going to start by motivation theories that influence job attitudes and behavior. So, do you guys know any theories?
Yes.
Yeah, any motivation theories?
So there's the Maslow theory,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically like a pyramid that goes from bottom to top. But there's five needs that mostly that they mention. So it's the physiological needs, your safety, your love and belonging, your esteem, and your self-actualization. Yeah. We obviously need all of this together, but sometimes you need more than others. However, they all play a significant role. But if, like, for example, if your love and belonging is too low, you might find it hard to work properly in your workplace because now you're distracted, you're thinking about home because of all that. There's another theory called the two-factor theory from.
Oh yes, the whole experts. That's what theory.
That focuses on like motivators and hygiene factors. So your motivators is like your recognition and achievement when you're working, and it like increases your levels of satisfaction in your job,
Yes.
I guess. Whereas your hygiene factors are more like your salary and your work conditions, but it doesn't like it prevents dissatisfaction, but it doesn't exactly motivate either.
Yes. So your hygiene factors aren't actually physical hygiene, like
Yeah, no, it's not like that. It's
Yes.
like if your table is like nice at work, that's your section of work, and that's your pay. It's not gonna like you're not gonna feel inside like, oh, I can't wait to go work tomorrow. It's gonna feel like I'm satisfied with this, only this.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. There's another one, another theory. This theory is based on individual beliefs and it focuses on effort that can lead to performance. And with great performance, you'll get a lot of rewards. And obviously, these rewards will become desirable to you because it can influence you in a positive way. So the more you put in, the more effort, the more you will reach your goals and your own expectations. It will make you happier also. So it's a good thing.
And goal setting is really important for motivation. Like if I would feel motivated if I had a goal that I was striving towards.
So there's one more theory called the equity theory. This theory is also important because there's like so many stereotypes going on these days. There's like a lot of unfairness, especially in today's life. It's so normal to compare individuals, like we compare our pay and our effort, our skills. It can leave us feeling very vulnerable or feeling mixed of emotions. Sometimes it causes like actual conflict with each other because we become jealous or something. It can affect us definitely, like we can work definitely, our behavior might change into a negative way, or we can despise each other because we're not receiving the same recognition.
Yeah, that could definitely cause competition.
But, yeah.
And do you think that competition is like healthy? Do you think that it would cause satisfaction or dissatisfaction in the workplace?
I think it depends because competition in a way can push you to do better. And so if the competition exists in a healthy manner, then
Yes.
it's okay. But if it's like competition stemming from a place of jealousy, for example,
It would cause friction amongst the
Between-
employees. Yeah. No, definitely. Okay, and what is your take on like perception and how people perceive this? Because you won't know if that is good conflict or bad conflict. So firstly, how would you be able to determine this, and how does an individual's perception influence how they would determine it? Because not everyone would see it the same way.
Very good question. I think the first thing to understand is perception, obviously, and the fact that it's often separate from the objective reality going on. So it is specific to each individual. It's not like the two of us, for example, might not interpret things in the same way. That's due to the fact that perception is influenced by cultural differences, our backgrounds, personality, social factors, etc. So the way that my brain is going to process information will be different to the way that your brain will process that information, because we are going through different things and we have different experiences to fall back on. So when it comes to decision making, or what is your question again?
Like always, how would you be able to determine how someone perceives it? Like how would they be able to, would everyone react the same way
No.
based on their cultural differences and individual differences? Why do you say no?
Because everybody was raised differently, different beliefs, different ways that we see things in life.
Yes.
So if I'm telling you something, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to perceive it in that way that I told it to you. So I need to think of the external factors as well. Because not everyone is the same.
There was a determination of the way that you would see something or that I would see something. What was that specific scenario? What do we see differently?
The competition amongst us where she mentioned that different salaries could influence people differently, influence their performance differently, and motivate them differently. So some would be motivated in anger and feel like they're not as deserving as the other people, and that would cause dissatisfaction.
Okay, I think let's say there are two people and one did like really well during school, like really good marks, but that was always what was pushing them. It was their performance, and they didn't necessarily need validation from other people. It was more so their own performance that was pushing them, and the validation that they got from themselves as opposed to someone else. Whereas the other person in the scenario, they needed to be told by other people, oh, you're doing a good job, you're this and that and the other. And so when they are performing more poorly than the initial person is, they are seeing it as, that person A is seeing it as a good thing, and they are okay with the situation. Whereas person B, they could feel that they're not being appreciated.
They need
because isn't seeing the
validation.
value,
Yeah.
when the situation is just simply that person A was just performing better. It wasn't meant to be an attack on person B, but because of the way that they grew up and the way that they experienced it, that's the way that they would be seen.
Yeah, and that plays a very important role in everything in a workplace, especially affecting like behavior. So how you perceive things can determine your behavior, don't you agree? Exactly. So what organizational behavior is to us and how it can be incorporated in a company or in a workplace is very important. So, do you maybe want to tell us some more about what organizational behavior is and why it matters within a company? Why is it important?
Okay, so in a nutshell, right, organizational behavior, it explores how people think, how they feel, and how they act in the context of an organization as a whole. So it integrates various insights from psychology, sociology, anthropology, and management, basically just to analyze and improve how individuals within a company or groups within the company function together. So we use like 3 level frameworks to determine organizational behavior. I won't go into all 3 of them, but it's like individual attitudes and their perception, which we mentioned, group dynamics and communication within groups or even as an individual, and then the broader organizational system, which ultimately provides a structured lens through which you can understand workplace behavior and how people ultimately just interact with one another.
And that is, in my opinion, the study of like how individuals interact in a workplace. So the behavior, anything to do with the mannerisms or characteristics.
So in addition to what you said, OB basically explores how people think, feel, and act in the context of an organization. It integrates various insights into psychology, sociology, anthropology, and management to analyze and improve how individuals and groups functions together within an organization. And yeah, just helps you get the dynamic of a business and work together. Okay, so since we know what organizational behavior is about. Why is it important to link these people or these groups into certain jobs or positions?
Just as important as all of your factors are that influence individuals in a workplace, there are also things that link individuals in a workplace or to a specific area in the job. So one of those things is person job fit, and that basically tells us about like the skills and attributes that an individual has. So the personal capacities to fit a specific need in a workplace. So maybe the way that they perform, like someone who is extremely intellectual can't be given a job as a cleaner because they would be dissatisfied in that environment. And then another important thing, or another way that we can link individuals to workplaces, is person organizational fit. So this is basically, this isn't reliant on the skills and attributes, it's more reliant on the personal effects that it could have on the person in the organization. So their values, their beliefs, their personality. Like you can't have a bubbly person in an office and just ask them to sit behind the desk and focus. It doesn't work that way. So person job fit and person organization fit is very important when it comes to recruitment and selection and placing of individuals in a workplace. I feel like if someone is placed according to all their skills and attributes properly, that they would excel in what they are doing. They would strive to excel in what they are doing. And if we have increased job performance, it increases our job satisfaction. And ultimately, not only is this beneficial to the person as an individual, but also to the company so that the business excels in what they're doing. Same with person organizational fit. If you put a person in an environment that they feel like they agree ethically and morally with everything that is happening in the company, they would more likely want to work better and perform well in that environment. So that is why linking person job fit and or person organizational fit in the workplace, especially in recruitment and selection, is important.
I think that basically links to the second question,
Yeah,
which was why does organizational behavior matter?
yeah.
And in summary, it's everything that we have been saying, and everything that we
Intertwined
just said.
in some
So
way.
yeah,
Yes.
it's ultimately just about understanding individuals and where they fit within the business, given their skills,
Yeah.
attributes, culture,
Um.
all of those nice stuff.
And do you think if they stick to these points that maybe it would help decrease turnover rates?
Definitely.